Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name's Dave. May the Schwartz be with you. And I got a really special guest with us today. This is Wells, one of my good friends. And we're going to be going over his watch collection that he brought with him. And we're going to talk about it and see how he got here. We're going to enjoy some beers while we're doing it. Here, cheers.
Yeah.
You got fancy stuff, fancy glasses. That's a tasty beer.
That is a tasty beer.
Now, real quick, I just want to take a quick minute to let you guys know that I do have my current giveaway that's going on. So once we hit 750 subscribers, we're going to hold the drawing. You can check out this link up here, and it'll tell you how you can enter. So make sure you do that. If you haven't subscribed to the Schwartz Force yet, make sure you do that. I appreciate the support, and we'll be giving away some good stuff. So make sure you check that out. So real quick, Wells, I just want to ask, like, what got you into watches? Because you have like an interesting collection here. So tell me a little bit more.
So long story super short, I'm extremely new to the watch game. As in within a year and a half or so, I started pretty much not anything. Like the basis of base models you could do. I had a 2002 diesel when I worked at the Buckle and the Ball. That I had to, like, hey guys, look at this, as my spiel. Yeah. And that was it. Like, I've never worn watches. I really never wore jewelry of any sort. Like, to me, it was just
Yeah. Which is funny because now you have a collection of watches. Yes. And so, like, I know for me, same era. Like, this is what we're talking. We're talking Diesel, Fossil, Invicta. And the nicer ends would be like your Seikos and Belovas. Yeah. And like, that's whatever's at the mall is your extent of like, this is what I know. And
specifically in that era, it was the leather band bracelets that happened to have a watch head, like, just stuck on the top of it. Like,
just with, know. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Like the almost punk rock with the, the rivets and stuff,
Yeah. And they still have those too. So I guess it's like called steampunk stuff.
I'd still sport one maybe. Like if the
not
if the mood struck me.
But you know what? To each their own. You guys like it? Hey, where would you like? Buy what you like.
My goggles and
enjoy what you buy. That's what I say.
Yep.
Cool. All right.
So about 2 years ago, I went to a funeral and I went to go get a new suit. Because I needed to get a new one. So, unfortunately, I didn't have the time to get a full, tailor-made or anything like that. It was okay. I just got buy off the rack, get a quick alteration, and go. Like, it's okay. It's a funeral. Like,
I don't have 2 weeks. So.
I'm not, like trying to be a fashion statement here. This, but I need to at least be respectful. So I went to, a K&G, which is, if y'all don't have that, it's like a Ross for suits and stuff. Like it's kind of like the backup department store. It's where the overstock kind of goes.
Right. One sleeve might be
you gotta longer than it's okay. It's a little bit inside out. Whatever.
It's fine. I saved $300. Asshole.
Yeah. Perfect. Got them both off. Make it sleeveless. Good to go.
I just crawled from Vegas. All right.
Yeah, so when I'm going through the impulse rack buy and about to check out, they had some cheap watches on the side. I was like, ooh, I should get a watch to complete the ensemble.
I'm here.
Yeah. So I'm looking and got it was, I think it was a Kenneth Cole. It was like a blue steel band and it had like a wooden bezel that looked, the dark blue and the wood.
Caught your eye.
Yeah, it was like, well, that's a nice, at the time, sophisticated looking watch that would,
what is that, a Rolex?
Yeah. That's $1,000 if it's a penny,
Right.
Nope, $20.
Not a Rolex.
Not a Rolex. I wore it for the funeral, and then immediately after, the plating, I guess you could say, was more like a film, and it started chipping off.
Facade.
Yeah, it was just
dirty
veneer of just.
How dare you? They got your $20.
Yeah, somebody was just sitting there and they just kind of spray painted it. It was all it was for what it was. I like it because it got me into, this is a cheap piece of shit, and
not doing that again.
Yeah, like okay, I wasted $20. $20, no big deal. Like I'm out $20, so not the end of the world. But if I were to have gotten a watch, I need to know a little bit about. Like I said, I'm blank slating here. I don't know anything about anything. So, okay, what am I gonna do? So I started looking up a couple things online, and you get the guides up, and there's an article from Business Insider that had something about the Rolex Submariner,
right?
And it was these are all the this is what a crown is, and this is what the bezel is.
Okay, so you're learning a little bit.
I was like, oh, cool. Those are names Those are names.
Things I didn't know before.
Yeah. Like I know the little, I was just always a watch dial to me. It wasn't the crown. You know, like, oh, hey, the bezel is a word that I knew, but I have like a kind of a carpentry background, so I always called it a bevel because it's a beveled edge.
Right.
And
which you can have a beveled bezel.
Yeah, exactly. You can alliteration out this, but I didn't know that I was, calling a bevel incorrectly.
Right.
It would always just be like, hey,
okay,
that's a nice bevel on your watch there. And I'm sure somebody's like,
yeah, watch guy.
So I looked around for a while. I just, at the time I was living in Midland, Texas, and the selection of finding anything worthwhile there is not the greatest.
Understandable.
So I took it upon myself to try doing a online order. So I joined a watch gang, which is, I'm sure pretty much everybody.
I'm pretty sure people have heard. So real quick, full disclosure, we're not endorsing Watch Gang. We don't get paid. We don't get sponsorship. Like,
if they want to throw some money at us, we will take it.
I'll show you. Yeah. Everything's got a price. I'm just kidding. But so
no, it's not.
This is wow, how rude. So this is just Wells's experience.
Yes.
Of how this came to be.
Yes.
Okay.
Like,
so Watch Gang.
For good or bad, we're going to tell the story of this is where I got what I got.
Right. Okay. So you subscribed to Watch Gang.
I subscribed, and when I subscribed, I was like, okay, I'm taking a plunge.
How does it work?
It is a Watch of the Month club. Is the easiest way to do it. Same thing with a book of the month or a jelly of the month or whatever.
Right.
Every month they send you an item or items depending on what you've signed up for. There's different tiers. Yeah. So there's your I forget what the other ones are called that I'm not in, but there's the base model tier. It's like $40 a month.
Okay.
And for $40 a month, you get base tier watches that are, from what I've seen, pretty decent.
Yeah, like not going to be great, not going to be terrible.
No, but great.
They're not all going to be winners.
They're going to be some good day-to-day watches, and so the next tier is the one I'm in. It's called the black tier. It's $100 a month.
Black tier. Yeah.
From what I've looked up on most of these watches, they're within the $200 to $300 range if I were to buy them retail.
So you're getting more bang for your buck.
Much more bang for your buck.
Tier.
And then there's a gold, platinum, whatever. The top tier, and that's where you're spending $300 a month on a watch, and then they can go up to $1,000.
That's a pretty okay.
That's a pretty
but you're making, throwing in, the bigger kind of
the bigger. It's kind of an exponential curve, but you got to invest to That's
a lot.
Like with everything, the more money you chuck at something,
So I would even say if you guys are also in Watch Gang, whatever tier you're in, like definitely drop a comment down below and let us know what your experience has been. If you like it, if you don't like it, if you've moved up or down in tier. I'm just curious to see what else out there because I've never done it. So this is kind of my, introduction to it too.
Yeah, and this was me going in blind. I'm a big fan of letting kind of the fates of the wind decide where I'm headed. Like I'll toss a coin and just kind of roll with whatever happens.
Right.
So that's really what I did with this. I was like, all right, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to go all in, get the mid-tier, go $100 a month.
That's actually how we became friends. I was like, hey, you want to be friends? He's like, hang on. Yeah.
All signs point to yes.
All right, so you're in
so I'm in
black tier.
Yeah, and so the way they went about it, and this was my biggest concern was, all right, they're going to start sending me things, and let's say I just flat out don't like what they send me. Like that's going to be kind of crap if I'm spending $100 and then I don't have any option on this. As much as I like the random chance, if it's something that I don't, if I don't like, then pull the plug and get out. The way they went about it's kind of interesting. It was way less of a questionnaire kind of get to know you than I was expecting because it was only about 5 questions long, and they basically were like, do you like watch A or watch B? So A or B. A or B, A or B, done.
So and they have an algorithm that's pulling probably features from each that and it's like, this is what this guy likes.
Yep, I'm sure they've got a whatever conspiracy Facebook, buying their information. I'm sure there's something else involved there too. But they give you a little Rorschach test and they go, okay, this guy likes this style.
Okay.
And I think they hit it pretty well on the nose for at least what I like.
Yeah.
Because none of the watches that showed up were I like, oh, this is trash, I don't like it.
And I think so. Good and bad. Right. But I'm just going to say this from what you've explained is that you're also getting, they're playing it safe.
Yeah.
They're like, this is what you like, this is what you're getting.
Yeah.
But you're also missing out on, you might actually like a smaller dress watch. You might actually like a field watch. You might actually like a dive watch, sports watch, whatever, chronograph. So it's kind of like, I feel like it might pull you out of certain testing things.
Yeah.
But again, for a company, it's smart, they're playing it safe because they know you're going to like most likely what they send you.
What I noticed is throughout the months as the watches showed up, it started, in my opinion, getting a little bit more experimental as the time went on too.
So they kind of
like here's a couple bases. Like you're good across the board now, and now here's some fun. You know, like go start pushing the boundary, At least I might just be full conjecture here, but like that's at least what it looked like to me.
Okay.
The other thing is they do offer a kind of a private marketplace where if you're a member, like it's a forum board, you'd be like, hey, I've got this blah 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 whatever. Okay. Yeah. I'll trade for blah 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 whatever.
Fair enough.
And people can swap their because you both paid the same.
Yeah. So
in theory.
Yeah.
And just.
Interesting. Okay, that's actually kind of cool because it gives you some flexibility.
I have not used that. I cannot say on the validity of how good it works, but the fact that it was a safety net option was really nice. Like kind of okay, that makes me feel better.
Right.
But let's see what happens.
Yeah, maybe I like everything. Okay, cool. So, all right, so that's how you came into these watches.
That's how I came into it, and there's only one from outside of the random that has shown up here out of the collection I have.
Right.
Only one that I've chosen.
And we also have over here a watch that we got for this month, right?
Yes, that is brand new. Okay. It has not been opened, and I know the brand obviously because it came in the box, and I've peeked it open just to make sure it was in there.
Yeah.
But I have not looked at the actual watch itself. Yeah. Right?
Okay. So we're going to do an unboxing of that watch, but we'll I'll upload that separately because this video is probably going to run a little longer. And so we will do a separate video of the unboxing. So again, keep an eye out for that because it'll probably be up within a week or so. But let's get back to your current collection. So show me, I guess, let's go from, if you can remember, the first one you got, and then we'll go.
I put it in pretty close to chronological order, as best as I could kind of.
All right, cool. So
this right over here.
Yeah, let's take a look.
Is an out of order, and that was the first one that showed up. And I think that was a pretty nice call on their part. I actually, at the time, how you were saying you might like something that you end up, or might like something that you didn't know you like. Mm-hmm. At the time, I was pretty against leather bands because I don't know, just in my mind, it wasn't a fit. I didn't think that it would fit with me, at least.
So you were already kind of like, what is this?
Yeah, I was like, when it showed up, I was like, well, okay, let's take a look at it, though. And it's it's Italian brand. I did a little research on it. Uh-huh. They come pre-distressed.
It's like damaged in Italy, it says.
Yeah, it's already like, and they kind of promote the fact that you can whack that against stuff, and it's not going to do anything.
You got a screw down crown. Okay.
Yep.
So we have it is a quartz movement. Screw down crown. Do you know if this is lume? Like, is the lume pretty good on it?
It's okay for about 30 minutes. Yeah, it's not a very strong one, but it's like
super luminova.
Right. If you're driving at night, you can definitely see a little kind of glow on your strip. Not a bright beacon, but there's something there, and the thread is actually glow as well. Like these little kind of buckles on the sides there.
This here?
Yeah.
Ah, hilarious. Kind of glow in the dark?
Yeah, kind of.
Stitching?
I don't know. That probably won't last for much more long.
So they may not be able to see in the camera, but it's actually got that greenish, like, kind of glow in the dark color to it. Wow. Yeah. That's cool. I like how this kind of reminds me of like the Punisher.
Yeah.
Why, right? Like,
it's just it's got a Marvel logo for no reason.
Please treat me bad.
Yeah.
So this is designed as a beater.
Yeah.
Came as a beater.
Yep.
And it's on a strap that, I mean, you don't have to worry about it getting scratched because it's leather. As far as like versus a bracelet. Interesting color.
That's the other part I liked. I was like, well, I've always been kind of the adherence of black and silver, as like that takes everything. I don't really like gold. I don't really like I won't wear. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, to me, it's just if I'm dressing up, it's black and silver kind of all the way.
Safe.
Or I don't like I won't mix in like a brown belt or whatever like. So having this kind of bronze and brown and faded blue kind of thing going on, I was like, oh, this is way outside of my normal wheelhouse. Mm-hmm. And I wore it for that first month and really was like, wow, this is like, it's grown on me. And I got a lot of compliments on it because it's definitely something that's not the norm.
Yeah, it's different.
Yeah.
It's cool. All right. I like it. So we got the out of order distressed watch.
Mm-hmm. And then the next one that showed up is the one that's right there next to it. And
so this is a brand that for sure watch guys out there I think own and are familiar with. Mm-hmm. Spinnaker.
Yeah.
Spinnaker.
Spinnaker.
Spaminology. All right. So we got, this is automatic, very nice.
Mm-hmm.
I see we got the, okay, so the bezel, wow, that's tight.
Yeah.
So nice rotating unidirectional bezel. All right, so yeah, tell me a little bit about this while I take a look.
So this one showed up, and again, in my mind, I was waiting for, you know, a classic, just kind of sporty luxury type, you know, look.
Mm-hmm.
So this showed up, and I was like, well, this is different. It looks almost like a diving watch. It's almost, you know, almost a couple things, but doesn't quite fit into any one category, I feel.
Yeah.
And again, it's hard to pick up on camera there, but it's almost an olive kind of.
I see that
color.
The bezel. Do you know if this is ceramic or?
I don't.
Okay. It might just be aluminum. It might be ceramic.
Yeah, some of the older ones, I lost the cards that, you know, came with them. And they all came in nice boxes with, you know, some of them came with cards telling you about the product. Some of them just came, you know, flat out. But
sure. So we got Rolex style hands.
Is it and now I'm still kind of learning all my terminology. It's a Mercedes hand. Is that the what the kind of turtle shell looking power hour?
You got it, man. Mercedes, Rolex hand. And then I'm guessing this is all loomed.
Yes.
Okay.
Cool. And that one's pretty noticeable. Yeah. It's good. Not, you know, again, it's not a beacon, but it's at night you can glance and you can see the numbers pretty readily. So yeah, that showed up, and then now I have two completely different styles.
And I like that it's giving you an earth tone. It's kind of it's pulling you out of your comfort zone, like you were saying, with just having black. So you already have something that's a little different, but looks great. I like this watch. I like. Day window's nice and clear. You don't have any. It's a dive watch, obviously 200 meters. Mm-hmm. Nice bracelet with a milled clasp. This is definitely not a $100 watch,
right?
Like for sure. Just feeling like this.
That one's hefty.
Watch. Yeah,
that one is surprising. And when I first showed up, you know, like I've got a roommate, and some of my friends are like, oh well, that's cool, and I would take it off and show them. They're like, instantly you'd see their hand drop.
Yeah,
it has way more heft than it looks.
Totally. Yeah, you can tell this is. I would probably guess it's a solid in links and solid links. So.
That one's meant to take a beating, I feel. Yeah, like that is a sturdy.
And we don't know if this is sapphire or mineral.
I don't.
I'm not sure. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's going to be there.
It's cool.
Next one that showed up is right next there, and now Pepsi. I got a full Pepsi, full diving. You know, like the classic look that even I recognize that two-tone.
This is awesome. I like this watch. Okay, so tell me when you first got this, what'd you think?
Oh, I've played with the bezel quite a bit because it's got this the oyster thing going on with it.
Yeah.
And it's also like it's a real tight turn too. So
I noticed this bezel is really there's not a lot of back play, and same with this. The bezel on here is really nice. The spinnaker. This is definitely reminding me of kind of like Seiko style, patty or turtle or whatever. I don't own any that are similar to this, but I like the case shape, the design of it. This is automatic as well. Yeah, this is nice, man. Look at that. Look at the freaking date. The Cyclops is like a 2x, maybe 2.5 time.
Yeah.
Like it definitely this is a nice.
That is you can see exactly what's going on with that.
Yeah.
Very, very easily. And that.
I wouldn't be surprised if this is sapphire as well.
That one I believe is, I really like the clasp on this one as well. There's a little bit of that plastic left over on there that needs to,
Yeah, so you got a double deployment, nice seamless edge there. This is a Jubilee bracelet with polished center links, and then got brushed on the outside. So loom on this, what do you think? Pretty good?
Pretty decent.
Okay.
And that one I think is the one that lasts the longest.
Okay, cool.
It's not as bright as some of the other ones, but it will retain its luminosity, if you will.
200 meters, yeah. This is cool. All right, so I'm just going to point out what I like is you get kind of a combination of things because you have the round kind of hour markers, and then I really like these. It splits out the
arrow kind of quarters there.
It's different. It's cool. Okay. And of course the Pepsi aluminum bezel. Very nice. All right.
So the next one that showed up, and this is where things started getting really fun, is actually one of my absolute favorites from the whole set. And it is this grating right here.
Okay. Let's take a look.
And this one, there's not a lot of bells and whistles, but it is just it is a looker. That's a head turner. This was the first one where I was like, Now I have a dress-up watch. You know, like before it was, here's your everyday wear, here's your, you can, you know, take a shower, go in the pool, do whatever, go diving, you know, like.
This is a hefty dress watch, But man, this dial, look at this. It kind of reminds me of like the Glashute, which I'll have to show you a picture of.
Okay.
But it's similar, even though this is sunburst style, but the color, it just pops.
That color is, and the camera's picking up it pretty well, but it is a bright.
Yeah, in sunlight. Yeah, for sure.
Like it is a serious hinter, and it is such a vibrant blue. The middle like of the sunburst is almost like a cerulean. Like it is a very very. You know,
what I like too is I can tell like from angle it even goes dark, almost black.
Yep.
Really cool, man. All right.
Yeah.
And the bracelet feels nice. We got exhibition case back, and this is a butterfly clasp. So we can see here, you push, release. Cool, man.
Like I said, that's one of my absolute favorites. I like to do that as my special occasion. You know, I'm gonna wear my fancy watch. You know, type of thing.
So this is your fancy watch.
Just to me, it's, you know, that's how it came about. And that one, you know, I get probably more compliments on that than just about any of the others.
Yeah, and it's automatic too, so that's cool.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. I like it.
Next one that came was is actually these three here in a row.
Okay. So starting
which we can,
left to right.
Yeah, we can kind of move things around a little bit and give some space, but.
Yeah, so I will say, okay, this one here, it just definitely has a lot of Rolex Submariner homage feel. But let's take a look. Okay, so unidirectional. Yeah, that sounds and feels nice. Cool. All right. I like that the bezel is you have black on silver. Kind of like what you're saying. I like black and silver.
This is the one where it showed up, and I was like, this is what. In my mind, I was expecting 12 versions of kind of this.
Okay.
With, you know, variances. So when I started getting all these other, you know, bells and whistles and things, and a lot of you might start noticing that these are some pretty hefty bands. For the most part.
And this is on a presidential style bracelet, which is cool. You know, you got. I know that this is something that bothers some guys, having polished center and then brushed on the outside.
I think it looks really, really smart.
Yeah, and what's cool is it ties in with the brushed case, and then it's stainless here, so it kind of transitions into polished, and then I said stainless, I meant polished, from brush to polish, and then you can see. I mean, yeah, this is a hefty watch too. Exhibition case back. Let's see what kind of clasp we got. So, okay, yeah, milled out. It's nice. This watch definitely. You know, the funny thing is so far with each of these, I can see them costing more than $100.
Oh, easily. Like I said, I've gone back and I've looked up, you know, some of the names and some of the brands, and I think this one was $275 or something like that at a retail value. And you can tell it's like you said, it's a Rolex, not knockoff.
Yeah, you know, that'd be homage.
Yeah, we'll go with homage, but it's definitely.
And I own a Submariner homage that's even more closer than this one. So I mean, I happen to like homage watches.
Yeah.
Like I'm a big fan. People that my followers, subscribers, people who see my channel. Most of my collection is homage watches because the design to me, it's just they're so nice.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, if I can get the look and get a nice, decent watch,
and not spend $10,000.
Not saying it's the same.
Yeah. No, obviously
clearly,
not. Yeah.
I'm not going to say apples.
We were talking about this actually beforehand. You know, like there might be a point where I'll sit there and go, yeah, I want to spend $10,000 and get the Omega or the Rolex or the what have you,
sure.
And get a watch that's going to last for 1,000 years and keep on running.
Right.
You know? At this moment, at this particular juncture in my collection, no,
not really.
Not a thing. Like I'm not.
Yeah, I'm the same way. Like, will I get one? Probably.
Yeah, at some point.
Right now,
sure.
No.
Yeah.
But that's just me, and things change. Now I like. So is this? How's the lume on this one?
Not too good.
Okay.
It's not.
Thanks for being honest.
No, straight. And that's like everything
like
else.
Straight up.
Hey,
it's fucking terrible.
Watch case is great. Watch case is great. No, this one kind of sucks. Like the lume is almost immediately gone, and it's not strong to begin with.
So that's. I feel like
there's got to be a downside.
Always a trade. Yeah.
Like everything else about this watch is really good, and one of the other things was
we can't be giving them everything,
right? Yeah. Like okay, so we'll skimp on the glow in the dark paint. One of the things I was going over with was how big these kind of bands are, and especially the next one. Actually, we'll go with the next one.
Okay.
I'm about to say.
Sure. Yeah. Let's get into that one. Okay. So yeah, tell me about this one.
So this one showed up, and like I said, it's got a whole bunch going on.
Dude, yeah.
For a deceptively...
Look at this dial.
Yeah.
It's like it's almost like the texture on it is really nice.
It's like crosshatch.
I don't even know how to say like what I'm. Yeah, I don't know what you would call the pattern of it. It kind of reminds me of like drywall. You know, it has like that subtle orange peel maybe.
Yeah, it's you know the raised lettering that's a yellowish color, which is way outside the normal for yellow on white is
pops
the kind of cross hatching going on the bezel itself,
right?
You know, that gives it, it's a completely different feel.
Yeah, almost looks like rope.
It's got the it's got the tri bands inside on the band that are polished as opposed to just the normal tube. And this is where I was going to say, normally with these bands, they're really wide and some of these watches are really wide. So I know that's not a lot of people's style. The reason I'm a huge fan of this is because
You're a big guy.
I'm a big guy and I've got some, big wrists. So on me, that's that's a not outside the normal.
Yeah, it doesn't look okay. So
if I show from over here,
obviously that watch on a 6-inch wrist may not look very nice.
But when you got these 24-inch pythons, brother,
when you're getting out of your wrestling match, doing mountain man stuff.
When the cream rises to the top, then you want a fancy watch for it.
Yeah, I mean the lug height isn't too high. So this is it on my 7-inch wrist. So it doesn't look bad either.
No, it's got a couple extra links that need to come.
But definitely on your wrist, it looks good. And I think all these watches have that going for them. For you in particular, is that they're large, but they wear well.
Yes.
What I like about this too is they sent you a GMT, which is really cool. So are you familiar with that?
I am not.
Okay. So check this out. So if you rotate in position 1, your crown changes the date. If you come counterclockwise, it actually rotates the second hour hand.
Okay.
This is used for
Tokyo time.
Yeah. Or if you're East Coast, West Coast, and then you're traveling, so GMT will allow you to track time in other time zones.
Yeah.
And then it should, or it will, move with obviously the hour hand.
Right.
From which.
But you're going off of a 24 scale as opposed to a.
Right.
Yeah.
So nice. All right. Cool. I like it.
Yeah. Swap it for this, I suppose.
Okay.
Here we go. And this one. When I first got it, I was a little okay. By this point, I'm starting to get a little okay. I've got watches now. It's that when you've hit just enough knowledge to think that you know everything without getting into the I don't know crap stage of actual knowledge.
Yeah.
It goes through everything.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
In the old service industry field, it was called the 2-year bar diva. If you were a bartender, you were hitting like your second year, you were a diva. You were the best person ever. Your shit didn't stay.
I doth not let thine linens grace thy cuffs.
No. It was kind of hitting that part. I was like, I know everything I know. This is a crap watch. Whatever, blah, 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 blah. And that was my initial, reaction.
Thought of this one?
Yes. Because I'm about, I'm like 7 months in. I've got
this garbage.
Yeah, what are you doing? I've got...
I see. That $300 watch you sent, and then you send me.
It doesn't even have a bezel that moves. There's no, there's no cyclops. This is crap.
So you got spoiled with features of
nonsense, and it has slowly become one of my favorites,
Hilarious.
just because of the minimalisticness of it. And everything is really tight on it and really nice.
It's a nice watch.
Yeah,
it's funny you say that because in a different time in your journey, you probably wouldn't have felt that.
No.
If they'd sent you this one first?
Exactly. I would have been, this is the height of luxury because I, time gives you a little bit of ability to look back and be like, what? And we're talking, again, this is going through the last year and a half. So this is months ago where I was, and then I think I was having a conversation with you and you said something about, does it have a cyclops or something like that? I was like,
Yeah, what are you talking about? What'd you
you mean the magnifying glass?
No. This tell yourself a watch guy. Yeah, that's part of the learning and the journey too, is that because I was in the same boat. Thought I knew it, and then I'm like, there's so much more. And now I kind of watch my words. But the cool thing is
watch your words.
Get it? But the cool thing too is I know not to judge someone else's taste or mistakes because of where they are in their journey.
And taste is completely subjective, of course.
Right. Like I had a guy at Starbucks, real quick, just on the side here. Like he saw my watch, made a compliment on it. I said, "Oh, thanks, man." I go, "Are you into watches?" And he's like, "Yeah." I go, "Cool. Me too. Like I got a collection. I did my little YouTube channel." He's like, "Oh yeah." He's like, "How many watches are in your collection?" And at the time, I'm like, I don't know, like 30 or so. And he's like, "Oh, I have like 4." And I was like, "Oh, that's cool. Starting you got to start somewhere."
Yeah.
And then I asked him, "Well, what kind of watches do you like or have?" And he's like, "Oh, I have a collection of Fossil watches." And then, granted, this is a barista at Starbucks. And I was like
20
I'm not going to be like that trash. Yeah. I was like, hey, I owned plenty growing up.
At 22 years old, both of us had Fossil watches.
And the fact, not surprised, but at the same time, he dropped Omega. He was like, "Oh, but my favorite is this one. It kind of looks like an Omega from, have you seen James Bond?" And of course, I'm like, "Yeah, bro. Like, yes, sir. But it was
cool I like this car. It's called the Aston Martin. Like, they have it in a couple movies.
You don't know.
Yeah, it's okay. But it's from Britannia.
Yeah. But I was like, I wasn't going to give the guy any crap because it's like, he's not there yet. But he'll get there because he's obviously into watches. Yeah. And it's just a matter of him finding the right, introduction. Like this right here. Mm-hmm. I'll be honest, I like a lot of features of this watch. The freaking secondhand, it's really cool.
With the heavy back. Yeah. I actually, that's one of the things too, where it's, I'm sure everybody has their own, little pet names for their own, watches. You don't call it, "Oh, I don't have my Submariner." You say, "I've got Lucy," or whatever. So this is my villain watch because of that M logo that's on the back end of the second hand. Looks like what would be on the door of a villain's, volcano lair.
Yeah, or the elevator.
Yeah.
Yeah. What I like about this too is so if you see here along the hour markers, it's kind of like that groove.
It does. It looks like a record.
It's almost like Blanc Panish to me. Very cool.
Okay, so you're going a little bit fancier. I was going to say it looks like a nice vinyl record, but
no, it does. The grooves, pretty much. You know what? Yeah, it's cool.
You know what? We're going to cut that part.
Yeah, it's fine. They're not going to judge. Screw down crown, man. It's cool. All right, I like this.
Yeah, cool.
So this one's grown on you.
That one definitely grew on me.
Nice.
It started as.
Which is funny how you can fall in and out of love with watches in your collection. Okay, so let's get into the next one.
So we got only just a couple left here.
Yeah.
So it's my behemoth.
Yeah.
So even on my larger than normal setup here, this is a big watch.
Yeah, look at that.
This is on me.
This is a watch you're either gonna love or hate.
This is if I need a billy club real quick, then I got one because the heft on that one is.
I want to try it on.
Yeah.
So the funny thing is, it's a 7-inch wrist. You can still wear it. You can still definitely wear it, but damn, it is the full. Yeah. Pretty much, my full wrist real estate is taken up by the dial and the case.
You're almost up into forearm territory.
Yeah, it's hilarious. So big wrist for sure. Gonna have to pull this off. This is probably like a 24, maybe 26 millimeter bracelet. And so I will say, just pointing out, not knowing anything about this watch, I like that we get more of a squared off case shape.
And the square circle. And not just that, it's the contrast of the square and circle, but it's also the contrast of how deep the recess is for the actual watch face.
So along the outer edge, we call that the Rayhot. That's the sloping part that has your hour indices. Okay. Yeah. And then you have minute indices and then the hours. What's kind of interesting about this watch too, let me get in closer, is they're offset. So the hour indices actually pop out further than the minute ones, which normally you see it where it's all kind of,
all homogeneous or,
Right, same length. And these are, they pop out more. That's cool. I like it. This is the interesting case design. So you got to screw down, case back, milled clasp. Yeah, man, definitely some value watches here. And what's cool is this domed crystal. I don't think it's sapphire. It seems to be mineral, but it gives you that distortion. So you can really see.
It almost gives its own magnifying if you look at it from the right angle.
It's cool.
And it almost is like a privacy protector like thing, where if you look at it from like if you're looking at my wrist, like no, you don't get to see what time it is.
Don't
Only I get to see on
like at the computer screen.
Yeah, like at the library where it's got the
don't be trying to check my time.
Yeah.
What's cool is and it's I like this, that the fact that they gave you a day date.
Mm-hmm.
All your other watches are date. But this one actually gives you day date, so I think that's a cool feature to have.
It is. It's from wearing this, here and there, I can tell you, if you're not wearing it on the daily, then it is kind of annoying to go there and
thumbs up if you're constantly adjusting a day date.
I looked immediately after about watch number 3.
Yeah.
Like whereas several automatics are sitting there. I'm like, okay, so as long as they're moving, they'll keep time. I don't have to do anything.
Right.
But if you aren't wearing it and moving, then
it stops.
Yeah, it stops, and you have to set it. Which, okay, cool. But there's been several times where I just grab my watch, put it on, go out the door, and then I'm like, what time is it?
Yeah.
No.
Yep. So that's definitely with automatics one of the trade-offs, and I think everyone that owns one can attest to. Unless you have watch winding boxes, and unless you are,
and that leads me to the point of. As I'm sure your illustrious crowd is well aware, the first time you go online, like, oh, you know what? I saw on Doctor Strange that he had that drawer that he pulled out and had all the little winding boxes for his watches, so that they were constantly charged. So to myself, says I, I'll go on Amazon real quick and get a 12th case.
How much?
Well,
yeah.
Unbeknownst to me. Them's expensive.
So we can go ahead and sell these and buy the watch winder you start a new collection.
It's the gift of the Magi. It's the, I got you comb for your hair. Oh, I sold my hair.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, like
watch winding boxes are freaking expensive.
Yes.
And unless you have a super accurate watch that's down to a second, then you're gaining and losing time, so you're constantly having to adjust it anyway.
Yeah.
So for me, the charm of an automatic or a manual wind is going through
having
that
to
process.
do that.
Right. Quartz watch, I'm on the go. This one, grab it,
done.
Okay, so moving on. Now we got another one.
Yeah, this is one that came about 3/4 of the way through, and this is out of everything, probably my favorite.
So this is your favorite.
This is my favorite.
To date.
This is my special friend favorite, but this is I wear it 75% of the time.
Okay.
Everything else has its occasion, or it's goes with a certain dress ensemble or whatever.
So for the most part, daily go bam.
Daily go bam. And the reason why is because everything that we've talked about, all these other ones have a bunch of features. This one is kind of a combination of just about everything that we had talked about before.
Yeah, I see that. So, so I'm going to point out a few things that I like or notice. Aluminum bezel, unidirectional, GMT bezel, GMT hand in red, which is nice. And I know you had pointed out that this is not a black dial, but actually like a chocolate brown.
It is. It's a little hard to pick up here without.
It's hard to see on cam.
In natural light, it is.
In the sunlight, for sure.
Yeah, it's a real deep brown, right to the point of almost being black, with some real nice tan accents, and the blue and the brown really go well together.
Yeah.
It's right at that point of it's not too much of anything, but it's really nice every which way.
Yeah.
It's a really solid leather band. Like you can tell they did some everything. It's obviously been through a little bit of work.
Yeah, you're taking it. Yeah, you're wearing it. That's cool. It's still holding up.
Holding up. It's a quartz, so I don't have to worry about the whole winding and everything. That was the one I was wearing when I actually came over. So
100 meter water resistance, and
a screw crown, so the water tights up.
And the cool thing too is, so the yellow hands is actually like giving that vintage look. So I don't know if you knew this, but like on old watches, the lume eventually yellows over time just from age. And so like this kind of gives like that look of that vintage. It's nice, man. I like it. And I like that, with it being quartz, you don't have to worry about any of the, automatic stuff or hand winding. And it's just a good
it's just a really good, like I said, it's a day-to-day. It's easily readable. It keeps time very well, everything's,
And what's impressive is this is your daily and it doesn't look all beat up.
I've had that one for, 5 months, and I wear it at least probably 4 days out of the week.
Yeah. Cool. I like it.
Yeah. So
it's funny too that you said, so when we first started looking at these, your first watch was a brown leather strap, and you were like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, a brown leather strap with a brown face and the blue accents, and everything about it was like, none of this is where I'm,
This isn't what you told me. Do I like or not like? Yeah. And then now here we are.
And now here, and like this one showed up, and by this point now it's oh no, that's really slick. Before we get to the last watch, because this is the backstory for where this watch came from. Then once you're in order to keep the subscription rolling, because you could just hop in, get 3 watches, get 6 watches, cancel. And then I'm done.
So this is an incentive to you to keep your subscription long term.
Their incentive is every month they have a Wheel of Fortune style wheel.
Okay.
And it's
prize wheel.
Yeah, prize wheel.
Circle.
Click. That's exactly what it is, and it's got it's pie pieces.
Okay.
And the way it works is you fill in the blanks of the pie pieces. The first 3 pie pieces are the first tier. Okay. So here's your mediocre watches.
Like and you can pick, or they give you options.
They give you options. They go here's the 25 options you have for tier 1.
Okay.
That's a pretty solid pick.
So you get plenty of options.
Yeah, and there's sport watches, luxury watches, day-to days, divers, straps, winding cases. If you don't like any of the options, you can be like, hey, I'll take a winder.
Or maybe you like the option, but you really want a winder.
Exactly. Yeah. Okay. So there you go. I'll take this for these first 3 pie pieces, and you can put the same one for all 3 of those.
Okay.
I really, really like this style, so that's what I'm going to shoot for.
So no matter what it lands on, if it's in tier 1, I'm getting that winder.
Yeah, and then tier 2, I see. There's another 15 options. And you have two pie sizes.
Okay.
More expensive watches.
Right.
Then there's the 3rd tier, which is, hey, this is a very expensive watch, and you only get 1 pie piece for that. And here are your 10 options of what you can fill in for that spot. And then the 7th pie piece is just a little sliver. Just
it's not even a slice.
Hey, I left a slice of pizza for you so that I'm being nice, but it's that little dinky one that nobody wants.
This is a pepperoni and cheese pizza. Yeah. Your sliver has no pepperoni.
No pepperoni, no cheese, and it's mostly crust.
There's no sauce. Yeah, let's be honest. I left you bread.
There's bread. And I chewed on it. But that little sliver is the option to get a tag or an Omega or a Rolex. It's a luxury watch. You're going to get a couple $1,000 watch here.
So let's not fool ourselves. Yeah. The wheel is clicking. The sliver's coming up. Damn. There's a delay. I got it, guys.
Ooh, you almost got it that time.
No. I want to meet someone who's won that that Swiss
watch. I actually would too, because I watched it go and it's like,
I want to make sure it's damn it, watch game.
Yeah. Another round. So the way they get you on this is you accrue your points month to month, and they expire by a year.
So that keeps you in for a year, technically.
Right.
How can we incentivize you for a year?
Yeah. And then, but they expire, so
better use them.
Yeah. Come on, get more.
But there's a catch.
And you have to buy. So my year was up about a month or 2 ago. 2 months. Mm-hmm. Was my first year was clicked over and was like, okay, I'm about to lose these points. Well, let's take a look. The lowest tier wheels, because there's different wheels here. Doing the $100 a month one that I did, accruing my points, I still did not have enough points to do even the lowest tier.
Okay.
So I was like, oh, okay, I have to buy some points. All right, I see your scam.
Here's the hook.
Yeah, all right, okay, guys. Well, I took a look at it, and it's like 50 cents a point, and I only needed 25 more points to get the low tier. And I was like, okay.
$15.
I'll spend,
$20.
If you include tax, shipping, it cost me $20 to play the game.
So for $20, because you've already bought these
watches, this is all already came.
You can potentially get a tier 1 watch or winder or some of. You're getting something.
And as a rule, these are the tier 1s. The tier 1s are not just trash watches. They're good. $200 watches.
Okay.
The tier 2s are like $400 watches.
So really, $20, you're getting something.
You're getting something. Even if you get the worst thing that you picked on there, it's going to be something nice.
See, to me, what I like about that is it's win-win. It's win-win for you because you're getting something for $20 more, and it's win for them because they're obviously making money. They wouldn't be doing it
obviously. And they're cool. My year's up. I'm still receiving stuff, so obviously it worked.
Yeah.
Whatever
Okay.
Whatever psychological games they're playing.
Right.
Sure. You got me.
Done. Got $20.
So I did it, and I got the 2nd tier, which is the watch that I chose, which is this Fortuna right here.
Okay. Let's
Fortuna.
Fortuna. And how much does this go for?
That goes for now it's in pounds, so the conversion plus minus, but It is 350 pounds.
So about 400
sterling,
bucks. Yeah.
I believe.
Great Britain pence.
Or, sixpence. None the richer?
I don't know, man.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Yeah. All right. Pounds. So we obviously have this nice green, forest green,
real nice hunter green, hunter forest emerald, shamrock green.
We're just making up stuff. Yeah. All right. So I like. Okay, cool. Just looking, I really do like the brushed case, and then got stainless steel. This is a domed crystal. Actually, it's beveled. Yeah, right there on the edge. I can tell it. So this is probably sapphire at this price point, I would imagine. It's automatic.
Yeah.
It says on the dial. Screw down crown. It feels nice. Popped out. Yep. So hand winding.
A very heavy duty hand stitched band there.
I like the contrast stitching. Got a stainless steel buckle. And let's look at the back. All right, so solid case back, made in Germany. Wow, 10 ATM. So, sapphire crystal, there we go.
Yep.
And caliber 05. So I'm not sure what caliber, like what.
But it's 05, so we know that means.
This is a nice watch, man. Yeah. I like the look of it. I like the clean. Here's my one gripe. Just looking at it now, I know, like this is going to be, and I hope I don't point it out to you or now you notice it. The date box cuts into the 3.
It does.
That's the only thing I feel like. Why?
Yeah.
And
like it's a smaller than it should be date box. I do like the around it.
The indices.
The fact that they're offset on 5 points with the inner outer.
They're kind of going up and down, up and down.
Almost checker looking.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I didn't even notice that until you pointed it out because I hadn't looked, but yeah. That's really cool. And, this strikes me as kind of like in between field watch, but, it's obviously not a field watch, but it looks really good. And the fact that sapphire, I mean, damn.
This is
it's a 350-pound watch. Almost $400 watch.
That's 8,000 rubles, I believe.
I think we might be a little off.
I don't,
I don't know either. Come on, Google.
Rubles is probably the incorrect pronunciation as well.
I think it's rupees.
I believe so.
We're going with
but there's an L in there, and I like pronouncing that.
All right, so it is.
I guess
this is This is a 825,000 yen watch. I think the yen is like
yes. I believe it comes out to somewhere in the range of 1,432 lira.
All right, brogame.com. This
watch is worth 2 Kraken gloves.
Straight up. It's a nice watch. I like that they paired the brown with the green.
I do. It's a green color. Like the amount of green watches that you see are kind of few and far between.
It's true.
Yeah. Like the reason why I really like these two, is because of that striking blue, which is again, the blue's not I guess common, but a fairly common.
It's more common than green.
Yeah.
Same with red. You don't see a lot of red dial watches.
That was the other option. Is they had this exact same style with a pretty, but it was a bright red.
Yeah.
Like it was a red.
Not everyone's cup of tea.
Almost angry red.
Yeah.
So if I'm going in a meeting to fire, if I were to fire somebody in a meeting, that's the watch I would. Ooh, so now I need to get one.
Hey, before you go in the meeting, check his watch. If it's green, you're good. If it's red.
This watch is yellow. This watch is yellow.
What does that mean? It's orange. Nice. I like it, man. Yeah. All right, so this is your collection so far. This is
from a single source. So if you were looking at getting into this is what my results were.
I gotta ask though. Okay.
Yeah.
It's a nice collection that you've spent $1,200 on.
Yep.
Around.
They're a boot.
They're a boot. You get a little of everything. Heavy dive watch influence, heavy stainless steel bracelet influence, which again, all you have to do is buy straps and you got another whole side of your collection.
And I believe I can go and rechange the style.
That's what I was going to ask. Okay, so how long would you stay on Watch Gang?
Well, I think that I've kind of hit my stride on this style for the time. So, and like I said, I believe I can go in and retake it. and I'll get back to you on that to update this.
That would be a good
because if I could, then all right, let's swing over and try something different for a little bit. And
like I'm good on dive watch. I want good, something. Yeah. Send me field watches.
Yeah.
See, and this is where
you don't have the option of just clicking field watches or dive watches, though. You have to take their little template test.
See, and that's a problem for me.
Yeah.
Here's what I would like. I would like a watch gang that 3 watches in, 5 watches in.
Hey, do you like what you've been getting?
Hey, or getting tired of dive watches, let's go this channel. Or let's go more eccentric. Yep. Let's go,
Hey, do you want some high concept art?
Right.
Do you want some, I don't know which one, the ones with the multiple faces inside the face. I don't know what that style is exactly called. But obviously I don't have any of those.
Subdials. Because that's the thing. Like, hey, you like sports watches? You like this? Have you tried chronographs?
Yeah.
Have you gone down field watches? Like again, just to bring it up another.
Have you tried a survival watch? That has maybe some extra, like a
here's what
compass
you didn't
involved.
Like here's what you didn't get: digital watches.
Yeah.
You didn't get any G-Shocks or any Casios or.
Now, personally, I'm not a big fan of digital.
See, and that's the thing,
but I could be.
And maybe you want the option.
I wouldn't be opposed at this point now. I wouldn't be opposed to some random stuff like that showing up,
right?
Because my bases are covered on what I know I like, what I didn't know I liked, and a couple of in betweens.
You even didn't like this one here.
Yeah, exactly.
It's grown on you.
Yeah, a lot.
Okay, so we said this is your favorite, your daily, that you've been choosing lately.
Yeah, these kind of 3 right here are the ones that get the most mileage.
Okay.
With, like I said, various other. If I'm going to be working a little heavier duty, like when I work out in the field for myself, I actually wear this one because it's a lot heavy. It's a lot heavier duty.
I like that a lot.
Yeah, that it's not polished. It's already brushed. Right. So if I get a little scuffing on it, it's not going to be the end of the world.
Yeah, hit it with a scouring pad.
Yeah.
So okay, let me ask you this because I want to go kind of a different route or tangent off. Now that you've had these watches, what's the most you would spend on a watch outside of Watch Gang?
All right, now so this doesn't exist anymore. I cancel my subscription, and now I go shopping.
I got some pocket money.
I got I'll go to the mall at the local watchery.
No. You go online. You're online. Well,
the point is, I go specifically looking for a type. Yeah, yes. And maybe I find, maybe I don't. But if I find something that, that's it. That's the piece, the piece de resistance.
We all know the feeling.
Yeah, the must have.
Gotta have it. Yeah.
I'd probably say in the 500 range.
500, yeah.
Like if I found
you can get some good watches.
Yeah, 500. Like, if I were to get another, hey, I just want to add a couple more dailies, I'd probably stick in about the $200 range. Like anything past that, and I'd be like, I don't need that this month. But for a big purchase, like hey, I got a promotion and I want to celebrate, so let me get a
$500 watch.
A $500, like
$800 watch.
Like 800, I'd probably push it. Anything, like I said, 5 is probably at the moment
my cap for now.
Depending,
that's the most expensive watch I own. It's $500. Me personally, I feel like there's so much you can get at that range that it gets to a point where if I'm gonna spend $1,000 on a watch, if I'm gonna spend $2,000 on a watch, like I could just own more nice watches than one.
I could get 3 nice watches or
really
one
nice watches.
Watch. Right. Yeah.
So I think my collection will reach a point where I will eventually own a handful under 10 nice tier watches.
Right.
But right now I'm having so much fun buying $100, $50, $200, $300 watches that it's like I can check so many boxes.
And therein, I think, is the other part. In the same with pretty much any collectible.
Right.
Like if you take these as like a Funko Pop or basketball cards, or whatever, the collectibles that you're doing. Like first off, vinyl records is the other one because I know you're very much into that.
Yes.
The hunt is a part of it.
Yes.
Like going into
the hunt is for some. Most of it.
Yeah, that's the rush, like
I found it.
Going to a dingy record store that's, like left over in the corner of Main Street and finding like, oh man, they have an original pressing of David Bowie or whatever. Yes.
How much? I don't care. And this leads me into, I think, and this is good because you're getting a feel for having variety,
mm-hmm.
but
and price points.
I know, right? And I know for me, I know myself. Everybody knows themselves,
mm-hmm.
and you hear so much in the watch. But you hear so much in the watch community about like Grail watches.
Yeah,
I got to get that Grail watch.
Like
I got to get that Submariner.
What's the Batman?
I got to get the Batman.
Yeah, because they only made 25 of them or whatever. Yeah.
So, but here's what I know, and this I could say for most people because humans are like this, right? Is that I finally got the Pepsi Rolex.
Yeah.
And I own it, and I'm gonna put it in a safe and keep it protected. Oh damn! Did you see that Omega? Oh wow! Hey, did you see that that really rare?
What's the next hunt?
You will scratch the itch, and then it will be replaced by a new Grail. And that's where my fear is. Why I can't do luxury watches is because I can't afford to spend $500,000 on Grail watches, but I can drop 100 here, 300 here, 50 there, 100 there, and get things that, granted, not in the same level.
Right,
but it scratches the itch nonetheless.
Well, the other thing I was going to point out with where I was headed was one of your past videos was about that blue watch that you had found. That was what, $100 I think you spent on it or less.
Oh yes, the Blanc Pan homage.
Yes,
the black bathyscaphe.
Yes,
I haven't done a review on it yet, but I did wear it. Okay, yeah.
Because spoilers.
Yeah,
upcoming.
It's coming.
He was showing me what he was getting, in places.
Yeah.
And the,
$60 watch, by the way.
Yeah, that's why I was like, I knew it was in the $100 range.
Yeah.
When he sent me the link to it, I was like, there's no way. Like it's a rip. It's going to be.
You're not getting all that.
So we'll see what actually, stay tuned. Stay tuned next week. Here, give me for an example. This is a Jerome Lamar. I don't know that brand. Do you know that brand?
This brand I've never heard of.
Okay. So if I were exactly me and I weren't in the know, if I saw somebody wearing that, I'd be like, oh, that could be way more than what I'm. That's
$1,000 watch.
Exactly. Yeah. If you told me it was $1,000 watch without me knowing, enough about it, okay, sure, I believe you. But that name brand isn't the thing, and that's what it's the same with like a lot of people, like you were saying. Oh, it's not that name brand, so I turn my nose at the. Like, no, man, there's some really it's a really quality watch. It's a great thing. It looks nice. It's got all the features. Obviously, it's not a Rolex. Obviously, it doesn't have that name brand on it.
Right.
But I wouldn't snub my nose at that in a heartbeat. Like,
I'd be like, that's a nice ass watch.
Yeah.
So here's the thing, and I think this comes down to people, right?
People is people. People is people.
People gonna be people.
They're gonna people.
Like what you like.
Yeah.
So this is my kind of say. I should make a T-shirt that says this. Buy what you like.
Peep's gonna peep.
Yeah. So buy what you like. Enjoy what you buy.
Take a risk every now and then.
Because you might enjoy something outside of your norm. But the thing, it comes down to this. Like, I would not, as a man, tell another man how to spend his money. In other words, if you like homage watches, go for it. If you like replica watches, like something trying to be like counterfeit, do what you do. If you want to spend $10,000 on a one watch, I understand. But like, do what you like.
If advice is asked for, there is sure, let me help you.
What do you think?
Here are things I like. Here are things you might like. Blah, 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 blah.
Right.
But that unsolicited no. You don't want this.
Yeah.
Well, maybe I do.
Like, okay, so this has happened on my channel. Where people have commented like, sell all those shitters and buy one. So if someone came to you and said, sell all of these, get your $1,200 back, which you can sell these for more, by the way.
Yeah.
Get your $1,200 back.
And just go buy one $1,500 watch.
Just get one.
I could.
Sure.
If I was a boring fuck.
Yeah.
I got the one watch to wear for all time now? No.
This is my world that you have entered into. And now it comes down to, I like options.
I do too.
I don't buy one vinyl record.
Right.
I don't buy one pair of shoes.
Hey. I need you to get rid of every record that you own.
Just pick one.
You only get Don't Stop Believing.
Now
That's it for the rest of the time. Like,
no. Rick Astley. So now I gotta play devil's advocate for my viewers here. So you can only take one. You have just won the lottery to be. You're going to
We're gonna
go to Mars.
Yeah.
We're gonna colonate Mars.
Yeah.
You're one of them.
You get to take a watch.
You can take one watch
because it fits in your stuff.
Yeah.
You need a watch.
What's it gonna be from your collection?
You know, honestly, if I've got that, and
predicament.
That predicament, I don't know. Yeah. They have not told me what my space jumpsuit is.
It may fuck up, by the way. It may not make it out of the atmosphere.
Well,
but you get to pick one.
They say they're good for 20 atmospheres, which I believe makes it all the way to Mars. My math may be spotty, but I am a scientist.
I want to know if it makes it through the what's the belt? The radiation belt.
Oh,
something.
Yeah.
Vanderbilt. I don't know.
Yeah, no, that's it. Yeah,
is that?
I think it is the Vanderbilt.
Whatever. I need a watch.
Science.
I see atmospheres, but what about radiation? Okay, so one
question. Yes. If I were to do the one and the only one, like I said, there's a lot here that mean something to me one way or the other, and I'd have to stick with the one I've been doing.
Guy, man, wow.
Really? What's really funny is my first instinct.
Yeah,
is actually this one.
Wow, that's cool.
Which is completely off. Like I normally don't like.
Damn, really? I would have. Okay, so love it or hate it, I'm going for this one. Yeah,
which I wear probably the second most out of every other one there, which is great. It's a solid one. Yeah, like
I thought for sure you're gonna pick that.
I thought the same too. I was like, good, that one's durable. That one's got everything I need.
Yeah.
But I like this one a lot, and I get Mars time and Earth time, which are probably different things because of GMT.
I don't think it works that way.
I'm positive it does.
24-hour days on Mars?
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know.
Probably. Yeah.
Man, we'll go with you.
I mean, there's 24 hours on Mars every day, probably. Whether or not there's more or less as well.
24-hour period.
Yeah. 524,600 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're going to hit 24 hours.
I heard that from somewhere.
Sure. Hilarious.
Yeah.
These are your watch. Mars colonization.
This one's for Mars, and this one's if I go to Venus. I feel like there's a differential that needs to be made there.
Yeah.
But, I
don't think you can go wrong with that, I'll be honest.
And the thing is, I don't have a reason.
Yeah.
I don't really need one, I feel.
So you're just like, that one.
Like, I'm going full gut shot with this.
Nice.
Like, it might be more useful to have, I don't know, any other one here, but no, gut shot.
Fair enough. All right. Yeah. Well, dude, all right. So this has been an awesome. Thanks for letting us. Yeah. Thanks for bringing out your collection.
Yeah.
Letting us take a look and really getting into.
I look forward to the trolls telling me how much it's complete trash, and I'm a garbage person.
Please tell them to sell these shitters and buy one watch.
One watch. If you had one shot.
Yeah. Go ahead and sell all these. In fact, sell them at a loss.
Yep. You know what? Just throw them away. If your commenters tell me, like, sell all that crap and buy this, and they hit it on the nose, you know what? I might do it.
All right, there you go.
Yeah.
Suggestions.
Challenge accepted,
I don't think that comment would come from a subscriber.
I don't think so.
But a viewer.
Yeah, a trolling troll.
All right, cool.
I'll feed the trolls. I don't care.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for allowing Wells here to show his collection. I got to ask, of course, drop a comment down below. What is your favorite watch from his collection that you saw here today? Mm-hmm. And remember, we're doing the unboxing of his Aquanus. We're doing the Aquanus watch next. We'll upload that video probably here next week. So make sure you subscribe. Join the Schwartz Force if you haven't yet below. I'm going to post Wells's Instagram. You have Instagram?
I do. I don't use it, but yeah.
We're going to post his Instagram.
Yeah, go ahead.
Follow him just so he gets alerts that he has to address on his phone.
Keep going off.
So you can check him out there. And as always, thank you so much for checking out the video. I hope you enjoyed it. And as always, may the Schwartz be with you. See you guys at the next one. Take care.